In this video, we're going to show you how to install the upper control arm on your Dodge Charger located behind your front wheels. Using a 22mm socket, let's loosen and remove our lug nuts. Remove the wheel and set it aside. We're going to use an 18mm socket to loosen this nut here on our upper control arm ball joint. I'm going to leave this on. I'm just going to thread that on just a couple threads, and we're going to use this as a capture nut. That way there, when we pop the ball joint out of the knuckle, it'll keep it together. Using a hammer, I'm going to strike the knuckle here, and that should release the ball joint. You can see that the shock head got that to release. And we can pull this down a little bit, unthread this nut. Now as the control arm comes up, the knuckle is going to want to come forward. You can release that up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a securing strap. And the purpose of this here is to keep this knuckle from pulling forward and pulling on our brake flex hoses. So we just secured it onto the body and down underneath to keep that from pulling out. And pull it out a little bit just to hold some tension on it, like so. Now you can see as when we unbolted that, it popped up here. This is what we call the neutral ride height. If we had the vehicle on the ground, on the wheels, and our suspension would be here. So when we go to tighten this down, we're going to torque it with the suspension compressed to our neutral ride height. Let's go ahead and move underneath the hood where we can loosen up the bolts here for our upper control arm. We're going to use a 8mm socket on the air intake hose. We just want to loosen that. I'm going to come over here and we're going to use our 8mm here. This one here, we're going to remove that bolt. On the back side of the airbox, we have this vacuum tube right here. I'm going to go ahead and slip that off. We're going to use some hose pliers to assist us with that. Let's go ahead and slide this tube off. Let's lift up on this box, lift it straight up and out, and set it aside. On our coolant reservoir right here, there are two 10mm bolts. I'm going to loosen and remove these. Now on the coolant reservoir, we have this upper hose. We use our pliers. Slide that hose clamp back. And then we're going to slide this hose off. Now we're going to slide this out and away, and it's going to expose the nut down here. This is the nut for our upper control arm. Now that we can ID the forward side nut here for the upper control arm nut, there's going to be another one on the back side of the strut tower, and it's going to be down in the back here. So you're going to have to just kind of feel down there where we're going to place our wrench. And on our upper control arm inside the wheel well, our bolt goes through. Now this is a 15mm bolt head on this side here, but these are a capture, so there is a tab here that will come down as we loosen our 18mm nut up in the engine compartment area. This tab is going to swing down and it's going to stop. So it's going to kind of hold this bolt in place while we remove the nut up top. And the same thing on the forward mounted bolt here, it's going to do the same thing. Now for any reason, you might need some assistance where someone's going to hold a 15mm wrench on the bolt here while you remove the 18mm nut up in the engine compartment, like so. Now we're going to use our gear wrench on this here. You could probably use a ratchet and a socket on this here. So right now our bolt is spinning on the inside. If you put some pressure on the bolt side, you can pretty much hold that bolt from spinning. And you get to a certain point where you probably won't be able to hold it much longer. You might need that assistance from inside the wheel well to hold on to that bolt with that 15 mil wrench. If you have long enough arms, you could probably reach around the fender. I'm going to try that. I'm just going to try reaching inside the wheel well. I can reach that right there. So I'm pushing in on that. I'm going to remove that nut. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the inside of the wheel well, and I'm going to reach my arm down around the back and get to that nut over there. And I was able to get my gear wrench on the back side here. And the nice thing about this here, it is a pivoting gear wrench too. You could probably use a rigid one, but the swivel gear wrench would be perfect. Okay, we have that loose enough. I should be able to reach down and spin that nut off. And I can. There's that nut. Let's move into the wheel well. Go ahead and reach up and grab that bolt, slide that inward towards the strut, and we'll pull that out and remove it. You can see the lock tab here. Go ahead and hold on to that control arm and then move that front one out. And then grab that control arm and remove it. Take your new control arm, feed that up into position. Let's go ahead and install our rear bolt. Now we're not going to go all the way through yet. We're going to leave that in. That's going to hold that arm in place. Let's go ahead and install our forward bolt. Now both bolts are identical, so you don't have to worry about which one goes where. Go ahead and push that upper control arm bolt in. Make sure that the tab itself is going to lock when we go to tighten these down. Now let's go ahead back up top and install the nuts on these bolts, and we'll snug those down. Go ahead and install the nut on the forward bolt here. You can feel that tab, that lock tab, engaging on the other side. You might have to reach underneath and push that bolt through. Now we're not going to tighten these down. We just want this bolt to just seat, meaning you don't want it to be loose. I can spin that bolt from the inside. I'm doing that with my hand. I want to tighten this nut just enough where I cannot do that. And that's it right there. It's just enough where it's holding that snug. I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the rearward bolt. Now with the two upper bolts generally snug, I want to lift this up. Has a little bit of tension on it. I'm going to go ahead and remove the nut. Going to remove the protective cover for the boot. And I'm going to push my knuckle back, line that up, push that through. I'm going to get that nut started. Now I'm just going to snug down the ball joint nut. We'll come back later on and torque that down. Now what we want to do is down below, we're going to go ahead and place our jack underneath the control arm, and we want to go ahead and start to compress our suspension. We want to get our vehicle to its neutral ride height. We can remove our securing strap here. Now we're going to use our jack and compress our suspension just to the point where it's going to start to come off of our lift, or in your case, probably your jack stands, and that'll give us our neutral ride height. Then we can go up top and we can torque those two upper bolts. At this point here, our suspension is compressed. Let's go ahead and torque the upper bolts to 66 foot-pounds. Now at this point here, you may want to use a swivel socket, or you can use a claw foot on the end here instead of a socket to go ahead and torque that rear nut. Now in our particular case, sometimes you just can't get that torque wrench down inside there. I have my gear wrench on there and I'm going to double stack my wrench. You just want to make sure that that is really good and tight. Let's go ahead and bring our reservoir back up into position. Install our two 10mm screws here. We can go ahead and snug those down. Be sure not to over tighten this because this is plastic and you don't want to split or damage that plastic. Bring that hose over, slide that over and on. Slide that clamp back into position. Lower your air box down into position. Slide our air intake tube on. Make sure that's fully seated. There's little tabs here on the air intake tube that line up with a notch on the air box. Press this down. We'll install the bolt here on the front. And let's go ahead and snug both of these down. Just snug it down gently. And let's tighten down the clamp here for the intake tube. Snug that down. We'll move to the vacuum tube on the back. Line that up and simply slide that down until it's seated. With the two upper bolts torqued and everything else is installed, we can now lower our jack. Let's torque our upper nut here to 35 foot-pounds, and then we're going to finish up by going an additional 90 degrees. Which is a quarter turn. Okay, let's do that quarter turn. Go ahead and grab your wheel, line that up, set it into place. We want to go ahead and get all of our lug nuts started by hand, and then we'll snug them down. Go ahead and torque your lug nuts down to 130 foot-pounds. I'm going to do this in a crisscross pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.